Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How is everybody doing? I hope you are all doing amazingly. Go ahead and close that out. And I love when this thing catches right at a strange time. All right, let me go ahead and mute this. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful. So hello. I'm going to pop back over there in a moment and just see who is joining. So today is Monday, and you all know here inside Being You Financially Free that it is time for our Monday money mantra. And I have even more, I've lately had a few more ideas popping in about this. And I wanted to pop in today regarding today's mantra because it is so true. And I just had an experience with this that is like it's hysterical now, but sometimes these opportunities are just hanging out, hiding. These money making opportunities are just hanging out, hiding right in plain sight. And sometimes, oh my gosh, I'm just going to go ahead and hit record and we're going to dive into today. So here we go. All right. Hello, everybody. And I'm hoping if you can join me live, go ahead and just let me know that you are here. I'm just going to move my screen over. Okay. So something really curious has been showing up these past couple of weeks around money and money making opportunities that are all around us. So today's Monday Money Mantra here inside the Being You Financially Free Facebook group was: money making opportunities are all around me. When I slow down, I see them with ease. So this is what we are talking about today. Okay, because sometimes it might look like there are no prospects in sight for how you are going to receive money today, tomorrow, next week, next month. You may even be like off your target for, your money making goals, right? And our brain does this fun thing. It's called worrying. And then it's like, where's the money going to come from? I can't see it. Where is it going to show up? Right. And sometimes this can really scatter our energy and have us accidentally focusing on the opposite of what we actually want. And this is the sneaky side, to when we're maybe not paying attention to our thoughts. Okay. So we have two sides of the same coin. When we have our thoughts, we'll create whatever it is you're thinking of, right? So when you're thinking of that, and you are focusing on it and you are driving energy to it, like you are manifesting, right? Like you're just manifesting because your mind is thinking those thoughts, it's pulling in the focus, it is like experiencing that. Like if you remember from the Attitude for Gratitude challenge, when we went through that your brain does not know when you are just recalling a memory. It doesn't know that, oh, that's just a memory. Your brain thinks, oh, we're in this. Here we go. And all of the energy and the feelings and that vibration come up with it. And so that is what's manifesting. So if anyone's like, my manifesting like thing, din, 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 like test, is this thing on? Yes, it's on. And sometimes it can be that when you're manifesting the opposite of what you want, you're thinking, oh, this thing isn't on. But actually it is on. It's always on. That's just what you're manifesting. And it's not what you want. It's not what you want. So, and I know that this is a lot in the beginning, right? And this is why the Monday Money Mantra is here to support you. It's here to give your brain the thing to focus on. And I know like there's going to be times when you're pulled out, and I understand that. And if you're looking for support with that, then like reach out and we can talk about that. And for those of you right now that are just like, I want to use this mantra, this is really what you're doing. You are literally focusing on what you want every time when you say this mantra. Now, your energy needs to match that as well, because your embodiment, your energy, how you are feeling is literally going to amplify and bring what you want even faster. So, but coming back into today's mantra so that we can set the week off in this high vibe and money making energy, right? So that we can do this. It's like, okay, here is my mantra. Here is my mantra. It is money making opportunities are all around me. When I slow down, I see them with ease. Okay, so I'm going to share a story to really help you with this of like how in plain sight these magical opportunities, like universe, like must have been just like shaking her head at me last week. Like, dude, seriously, do you know what it took for me to arrange this? And you're just like, going on by, like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're having that difficulty, la, 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 and and I just, scrolled right past an opportunity. So I'm going to share this with you so that like I knew about an hour and a half late, and it was probably less than an hour later. I was like, shoot, I said something else, but shoot, I missed an opportunity there. And I went searching for that. Oh, anyway. Okay. I'm giving away the story before I tell a story. Okay. So I was just going through, like something was coming through up on my, like, Lori, just like hop onto Facebook, just go through Facebook, and just see what's going on there. I'm in a lot of groups that are really like lots of opportunities to connect with other coaches, to help other coaches, see through their money mindset, help them with manifestation, because this is such a key part to your business. Like, I know that like so many of us think that manifestation is separate from ourselves. It's like this extra bonus thing. And yes, like it's bonus, it's amazing, but it is not separate from you. It is not, and you can't turn it off and on. It's just always on. The only way you can, yeah. So anyway, so I was in this group and I saw this post and I was like, oh, and the person was sharing that, I'm just having a really difficult time with money. I'm just having a really difficult time with money. It doesn't show up for me. It's not there, all of the things. And I was like, oh gosh, I remember being that person. I remember being that person. I remember what that feels like. And because I can remember, and because I know what it feels like, it's like why I help women with this, right? Why I help women and coaches with this. And, to become financially free, because I know how it sucks, when you're not. And I know, like, it's just no fun. It's no freaking fun. It's frustrating. So because I know that direct experience is why, and because I was able to pull myself up out of that, because I was able to like manifest money and have checks come in the mail and all of these things that I've been able to do, it's been so supportive. And now I'm like, okay, how can I help women and coaches do this? Right. So I see the post and it's in one of my groups, and, and I was like, oh, the poor thing. Like, I feel that so much. And I just scrolled on by, like I gave her like a like sent her a hug, just, and I just scrolled on by. And like an hour later, maybe 45 minutes later, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that opportunity for me to say, oh my gosh, I totally know what this feels like. And this is because it was a totally promotion allowed Facebook group, right? Like you are allowed to help and support each other. Like they want you helping and supporting each other. That's the reason for this group was created, right? And I just scrolled on by, and like 45 minutes later, I noticed, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm searching the group and I'm searching, and it was not there. And it was almost like, was it ever really there? Or did like the person delete it? Because like I looked high and low and I could not find it. So, and then I was like, oh, okay, thank you, universe. So this is a twofold. This is, hey, this is where money-making opportunities are. Okay, here was one I just sent you. You missed it, but that's okay, because now you're seeing. And then the second part of this is like, okay, how can I become more intentional? How can I slow down? Because like 45 minutes later, like I had slowed down. I was in the middle of doing something, right? And that's why and how I missed the opportunity to make money, to help someone who knew, like, that I could relate to, that I knew how she felt, and I felt terrible, right? Like, I felt terrible that I had missed this opportunity to help someone as well as make money. I was like almost like this guilt of like leaving this girl like behind. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And these are the opportunities that I'm talking about, of like, they hide in plain sight. And you might hear like even a voice come on of like, oh, she didn't directly ask for help. She's not asking and seeking for help. She's not asking, hey, can you help me? Or she didn't say like, what do I do? It's like whatever our brain says and kicks on of like, whatever explanation that it's giving us. But when we slow down, we actually feel the energy of that person posting, right? We feel what that's like. And like ways for you to catch this is like I even like right now, as I'm like thinking back to it, like I feel it was like this small pull forward. It was just this tiny little thing, like this tiny little pull, nudge, whatever you want to call it. And had I been in my slower state, I'd, oh, okay, I hear you. I see you. Thank you. Thank you so, so much for connecting me with this amazing person that needs my help. But because I was like in my state of like, oh, I need to go do this. And where's my to-do list? And like, what time is it? Oh, it's time for this. Right. And I missed it. So I hope by me sharing this story, this helps you to see like where and how easy it is to totally not even like recognize or see these opportunities to make money, because they are all around you. They are all around you. Even if it feels like they are not, they are. I promise you, they are there. They are there. And it's almost like using this mantra today, starting off Monday with this mantra of money making opportunities are all around me. When I slow down, I see them with ease. When I slow down, I see them with ease. So this week, what does it look like for you to slow down? And when I say slow down, I don't necessarily mean like don't work, or like, take the day off. Like that's, so I'm going to also like share this, because like when I used to hear, I'm just going to share some stories today, because like when I would hear people say slow down, I'd be like, okay, so I guess that means I'm not working today. Like, how do I slow down? Right. And so like, what do I do? Like, how do I slow down? Like, what does slowing down even look like? Like, am I going too fast? Right. Like, so it can even, so I just wanted to share like and expand upon like what slowing down means. And, this can be just being intentional with what you are doing in that moment. Just being intentional with what you're doing in that moment. Thinking about and being fully present to what you are doing in that moment. Noticing. And so when we have that intention and when we're slowing down and we're not multitasking, right? Excuse me, I think we all know how I feel about multitasking. First of all, it's just not even possible. You cannot multitask. You are missing something. And there's a difference if you miss something, a detail, a piece, a nugget on one thing, or if you're going to miss it on 10. Because if you're multitasking, you are missing nuggets at all 10 of those. You cannot do them 100% to the best of your ability if you are multitasking. You just can't. So, and maybe that's where you are missing these amazing money-making opportunities, because I know that's what happened to me. I just wasn't fully present in that moment. I was wrapping up and getting ready to go into the next phase of my day. And sometimes it's like, okay, I'm being in this intentional space. And like, okay, now I am done in this intentional space. And it's like making sure, like, am I done? Did I see all the things? Did I complete? Does this feel complete for me? Is one of my favorite questions. Does this feel complete for me? Do I feel like, is there something that I would say here? There can be sometimes a little bit of too much like I don't want to say too much. I want you to feel into what is true for you. But for me, I would notice in my past, and even still sometimes it still trickles back in, but I'm able to recognize it super quick of like that rigidity. Oh, it's 7:57. Let's start to like, I'm at 8 o'clock, I'm doing this, and now it's time for this, which it has great mapping out for my day and for my time. That is not what I'm saying. And there's a way to transition between those of like, okay, does this feel complete for me before I move on to the next thing? Or are the first 2 to 3 minutes of as I'm shifting gears here, are those first few minutes, am I actually still back on the other thing before I move forward? I'm going to share one more story. So I used to work in restaurant for years, like when I was single, before I had kids, all of that. Do you know the single most biggest time of when mistakes happen in a restaurant? Single most biggest time, like biggest time, like if your food's going to get lost, if it's like you're not going to get acknowledged at a table, if you're going to be sitting there for like 20 minutes, like where's my server, like all of these things, like I can like 99.9% guarantee, almost 100%. So 99.9% guarantee. Well, that's not really a guarantee. 99.9% of the time, you're there during shift change. You're there during shift change. So that means the one server is finishing up for the day and the next server is coming in. So this server is trying to tell this server, like, first of all, she's got to find that server. Are you here? Are you ready? Okay, here are the tables. I'm turning these tables over to you, or these are the tables that I'm keeping, right? And like, here's your section. These are all the tables you're responsible for. I'm doing my side, but like, there's this total communication that happens at shift change. And this is the time of like, I'm telling you, like the server that's trying to go home is like, do you have everybody? Like, do you know where the section is? Like, let's just look at this, right? Because I just remember being so crazy, like, are you good? Because I knew that this is the most important time of somebody, like their food getting messed up, lost, or whatever. I knew that this was going to be the time that it happened. So I would even still track my tables, even though they weren't my tables anymore, because I just didn't want that to happen. So anywho, shift change. So bringing this in of like at the restaurant of like that single most time when things are going to go wrong, shift change. Think of that and bring that into how you're shifting gears in your day between like, okay, this part of the day I'm working on this. Okay, I'm coming up to wrap up time. Does this feel complete? Have I finished all the things that I wanted to do with this? Okay, maybe if you haven't, you make a note of those to come back to the next day, or maybe you extend the time, whatever works for you. Does this feel complete for me? Because then when you have all of that, you are like that is written down, those notes of like, okay, this feels complete. I am good here. You can come into shift change into the next thing without having to worry about anything else. You are fully present and you just pick it up seamlessly. Like, yes, I've got this. What's next? Oh, you want baked potatoes? Absolutely. They're coming right up. Like this is how you go through and you shift gears and how you bring that intentionality to what it is that you are working on in that moment so that you don't miss these money-making opportunities that are all around you like I did. And I know it was just a lesson. Like, I know I didn't miss anything because again, here's the thing. What's meant for you will never miss. Will never miss. And what was meant for me was for me to share this story. And what was meant for me was to bring in this intentionality and apparently this shift change story as well of how can you smoothly shift gears into the next phase of your day, while remaining fully present and in tune with where you are so that you are not missing those money-making opportunities. Because I promise you with 100,000 million% probability, money-making opportunities are around you right now. Clark says so too. He just knocked on the door. Okay, it's always Clark. Phoebe's here too. It's always Clark. I guarantee you they're around you. So when you go from that mindset of, okay, I know somewhere around me today is going to be at least one money-making opportunity. Imagine how your attention and intention is going to shift and change when you know that. Just like you know your clients are around the next corner, just like you know money wants to be with you all the time. When you shift, like guys, I am giving you like a really powerful bonus here. When you come from that energy of in your core, oh, Clark opened that door too. When you know, like what shifts for you with that perspective? I know that there's a money-making opportunity here for me today. My job is just to find it. My job is to see it. My job is to recognize it, come into alignment to be able to recognize it, to shift gears and do shift change so that I am feeling complete here and I can move into the next part of my day, being fully present and not missing a beat. Okay, I hope this helps. We're going to do money-making opportunities are all around me. When I slow down, I see them with ease. Money-making opportunities are all around me. When I slow down, I see them with ease. I promise you they are there. They are there. Oh, P.S. Here's a little P.S. with this. It might not, now I'm going to say like, it might not be like where that person is like, they might not be necessarily saying like, here, take my credit card and sign me up for whatever you've got. Or here, I want to buy this from you today. Or here, can you like whatever, where you're going to get money instantly. Okay. It can happen like that. It can. And if you want it to happen faster or sooner than later, then what are those ways that you would like to see it? So for me, like, I know when I'm asking for money and I'm like, okay, look, we're a little tight on time. Like the lottery is an option because like, if you're like going with the, and again, this comes back to the mindset piece of if you're thinking that money is not around the corner or that next client isn't around the corner. If you're like, oh, nobody ever wins the lottery, guess what? You're manifesting that you're never going to win the lottery. So, but what if you expected to win the lottery? What if you expected to get a client today? What if you expected that? What would shift and change for you? And like I said, this might not be that the person signs up today, but the person reaches out to you and says, like my person did, oh, I know what is meant for me will never miss. And I know that I was meant to get the lesson. So, but when my person was like, I am so frustrated at the lack of money that I have right now. I am so frustrated and I don't know what to do. When like, so it might be like that. And like, you're starting to build connection and you are starting to build rapport and you are starting to, be in community with this person. It might look like that. And the person signs up in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. You don't know, but you're planting those seeds. And like, and then as it comes up, it's like, oh, there's one. Oh, there's one. Oh, you start to gain that momentum. You start to gain that momentum. So just bear in mind that these money-making opportunities are going to come in all different ways. It might just be a conversation in the grocery store. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be that person. It could be a totally different person in a totally different way. I cannot tell you how many times I have had like conversations where I talked with one person and a complete other person out of the blue. I was just like, oh my gosh, right? Or someone signed up for a freebie and joined my email mailing list. That is a money-making opportunity, right? That is a money-making opportunity. And I want you to hear that there are those smaller ones and there are those bigger ones too. There's all kinds. And it's an energetic shift. It's an energetic shift within you. And it's coming into attention and intention with making money. So I hope this money-making mantra helps you this week and really like helps you activate this high vibe and energy and really starts to kick things off. And let me know what you're hearing in this video. And if there's a question, drop it in the thread here because I'll be more than happy to come in on Thursday for our Money Talks segment on Thursday and answer those for you. Okay. So, all right, everybody, have an amazing rest of your Monday. And I can't wait to hear how money-making opportunities are all around you. Bye.